Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell from the title, today is going to be a soft glowy look, a very quick and easy look. So starting off, you guys already know I like to do my brows off of camera, and to clean up my brows I like to use the Huda Beauty foundation. I prefer a foundation to clean up my brows over concealer just because I like the consistency. So when I clean up my brows, I also use the same foundation to prime my eyelids. So as you can see, to prime the eyelids, I use this It Cosmetics concealer brush. So I'll just go ahead and pack that foundation on the eyes, blend it out, and then I'll go in afterwards with some loose setting powder to set that in. Now going in with the Juvia's Place of Chocolates mini palette, I'm going to take that lighter brown shade on this small fluffy brush, and I'm just going to work that on my outer corner, blending it in circular motions. I don't want this to be all over the lid. I just want to keep it on the outer corner, kind of like a fox eye look. So just keep it on the outer corner, but blending it towards the middle. I don't want the color to drag too much. I just want to blend it out just a little bit so the edges aren't so harsh. But again, we're just going to keep that right on the outer corner and just pack that shade on until we get the perfect shade. So again, just slowly building that color up using a very light hand to blend this out. And again, doing the same for the other eye, just building that color up on the outer corner, blending out the edges. And we're not going to wing this out completely. We're just going to take it a little bit further, a little bit past the outer corner edge. And then you'll see me going back and forth between both eyes, just making sure they're both equal and they're both blended nicely. And going back into that same Juvia's Place of Chocolates palette, taking this nudish shade. So I'm going to use a fluffy brush to blend that all over the lid, everywhere that lighter brown shade isn't. I don't want this to be a cut crease. I don't want it to look like I don't want it to look too perfect. I just want it to look nice and effortless and kind of smoked out a little bit. So again, I'm just going to take that fluffy brush and just blend that pigment all over the lid, everywhere that brown shade isn't. So to finish off the eyes, I added some eyelashes off camera, and then now I'm going in with one of my favorite primers, the e.l.f. Jelly Pop primer. And I'm just going to add that all over the face, on the cheeks, forehead, nose, upper lip, and chin. I'm just going to use my fingers to blend that out and tap that into the skin. So after applying that primer, I'm going to go in with one of my favorite foundations. It's the Juvia's Place Stick Foundation. I'm in the shade Dominica. So I'm just going to apply that all over the face, on the cheeks, the forehead, the nose, upper lip, and chin. And then once that's done, I'm going to use a Morphe foundation brush to blend that all out. And then once I do that, I'll go ahead in with my damp beauty sponge to blend over top of that, just to make sure everything is nice and smooth. Alright, so as you guys know, I've been loving the LA Girl Pro Concealer. So I'm going to use the shade Fawn to conceal my dark areas under my eyes and around my mouth. So once I apply that, I'm going to use my beauty sponge to blend that out. I don't let that sit. I'll apply it and then I'll immediately go in and blend that out. So once I blend that out, I'll go back in with my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Pure Beige to highlight. I'll apply that under the eyes, down the bridge of the nose, on the chin and the forehead. I will let that sit for a couple minutes and then I'll go back in and blend that out with my IT Cosmetics concealer brush just for a more fuller coverage. So now right here, I'm just using my beauty sponge to make sure there is no creasing underneath the eyes before we go ahead and set it with the powder. So as you guys know, I love using my Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder and my Revolution Banana powder to set underneath my eyes and the rest of the face. So I'm going to go ahead and dip my beauty sponge into the powder, tap off the excess on the back of my hands, and then lightly pat in the setting powder underneath the eyes. And then I'll set the rest of the face, the nose, the chin, and the forehead. And then I'll go back and bake underneath the eyes. So to set the rest of the face, I'm going to go ahead in with this Maybelline Fit Me pressed face powder in the shade 330 Toffee. And to set the rest of the face, I'm going to use a fluffy brush. So now moving on to finish up the face, I'm going to go in with my new favorite, the Morphe Face Palette in the shade 8T Totally Tan. So I'm going to take those two bronzer shades on a fluffy brush and bronze up my cheeks and around the outsides of my forehead. And also using that same palette, I'm going to take the darker blush shade to add to my cheeks, the apples of my cheeks. And then once I do that, I'm going to go in with an e.l.f. concealer brush and use those same two bronzer shades that I showed you guys and use that to bronze up my nose. So now I'm taking this fluffy brush with a little bit of Maybelline Fit Me press powder on it, and I'm just using that to dust away the loose setting powder. So dipping back into that Morphe face palette, I'm going to take both of those highlight shades and highlight the tops of my cheeks, my nose, my upper lip, chin, and forehead with this fan brush. Now sometimes I do apply too much highlight for my liking, so I'll go back in with a fluffy brush and just blend over top of that to kind of dim it down a little bit. Now I'm going to take some black eyeliner and just apply this to my bottom waterline. And after that, we're going to go in with some mascara. I'm going to be using the Benefit They're Real mascara and applying that to my bottom lashes. So going in with the ColourPop lip liner in the shade BFF3, I'm just going to line the outsides of my lips and then blend that in towards the middle. And then over top of that, I will apply some ColourPop lip gloss as well. So as you guys know, before we finish off the look, I like to go back in with my e.l.f. Wild Brow Brow Gel to set the brows one more time. I always feel like they get lost behind all of the powders that we use. So once we do that, we're going to set the face with the Morphe Luminous Setting Spray. And then after that, that is the complete look. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video just as much as I enjoyed creating this look for you guys. If you're new, don't forget to like this video, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you guys would like to see in my next video. And thank you guys so much for watching.